Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cobb Brothers podcast. This is an episode that's in the 80s, I think the fourth one of the 80s numbers. This week I am joined, as always, by the Thwartison co-host, David.
Hello.
We also have Cyrus.
So we should be starting.
And we also have Colton.
I don't know, Rick.
I don't know, Rick.
And also, Oscar would have been here, but he has more important things to attend to, apparently. Baby shower.
Like a shower
Seriously.
for his baby.
Honestly.
That's waterboarding at this point.
Oh my god. Don't give your babies showers.
Not till they're born.
Well,
Wait.
You give them a bath and you monitor them the whole time. Like
No.
a responsible adult.
yes.
No, babies float.
Hold on.
She didn't know that?
No comment.
If you toss a baby into like a pool, they'll naturally like stick their head up above
Is that
the
why we
water.
baptize them when they're young?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babies
That makes sense.
We can't give
Babies
out
are made of
false
rubber and they
information
float.
like that. Hold on.
I'm not saying to throw your baby into a pool. I'm just saying that they float.
That was a loud ass plane. Hey, airport, keep it down.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think that's
inconsiderate.
Oscar coming back just in time for the podcast.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Even
we'll
though they
see.
drove down
it's,
there.
It's about an hour late, but yeah, sure. Okay. Just
Well,
kidding.
yeah, we're here
Sorry.
again. It's another week. It's another. It's
more snow.
yeah, cold.
Yeah, I'm over the snow.
It's easily the coldest week it's been all year.
Really?
Easily, yeah. Because, I mean, the high on Thursday, I think, was only 29. That's freezing.
Old man Winter was not happy.
It was
Yeah.
3 degrees here last night.
That's gross.
Yeah, you guys have lower lows.
Yeah, that's hideous.
Mm-hmm. Higher highs.
Much higher highs.
Mid or
And
mids.
for a
Our
better
weed is
price.
better.
We have
Yes.
to make a commitment to make this podcast awesome because when Oscar's not here, we fall off the rails very, very
I
quickly.
know.
Yeah, but
I
those
know.
are the best podcasts.
I don't know.
They do have their moments, okay?
Jay's not
I,
here, so
I give this 20 minutes before the podcast is off the rails.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, we've had some events in the last week, haven't we?
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Have we?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about rhetoricals earlier, but that's in one ear out the other.
who would what
Kerbal 2 beta came out and it's not being received well
because
it's a broken beta essentially that costs $40. Like they released it as an early access with a roadmap, but it is basically Kerbal 1 without any like missions, campaigns. There's like one moon. There's no multiplayer yet. There's like everything's missing from the game.
I mean, at some point, when do we stop accepting game previews as a game? Because you have some
Yeah.
games that last, I don't know, 3-4 years in live service. Not live service, but as a game preview before they hit store shelves. We're going to take a break.
It's not that easy.
It's like how on Game Pass, how they have, they release games on Game Pass now that are stuck in game preview. Like Slime Rancher 2 just launched recently, and that game's in game preview. Granted, it works a lot better, like it actually functions, but it's still got bugs and there's problems with it. And if it wasn't for Game Pass, I don't think I ever would have downloaded it and tried it out.
Well, I mean, it's both like sour and sweet, right? Because it's kind of like, yeah, this game's going to come out and you're going to have access to it, but what kind of game is it going to be? For example, not to pick on it, but Grounded, it keeps having, well, Grounded's more of a good example of a game on Game Pass, I guess, because it keeps having good updates coming out where it's updating gameplay and such like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also, there is also the sour side where you got games that do come out in that state and they're just like, yeah, we're getting paid for it, you're playing it, what are we going to do? Or what more do we got to do? That kind of
They haven't
attitude.
released much for Grounded since it came out of early access.
We went back and played it though recently, and
Performance is better.
performance is better, and sure it did take a long time, but it's good to see it come to a better light. Then
Well,
again,
that was
time
all
frame-
fixed when it came out of early access months ago.
right.
But they haven't added anything to it since it came out of early access.
And then there's games like my Friday upload. Make sure you check it out. I played Inky Illuminati.
Okay.
Because I saw that it was a game preview game. I said, "Fuck it, let's try." I've never heard of it, so I was interested in seeing what it was about.
Right.
The game worked fine. It's a game that came out on PC last year. The performance is great. I didn't really come across any bugs. It seems like it works fine, so I don't understand why it's in game preview. I feel like they just stuck it on Xbox and labeled it as game preview just to say, hey, we're sticking it on here, hopefully it works. And then if it works, we'll probably fully release it.
Yeah.
And if it is like a beta, we've just now moved the term beta. Like, beta pretty much means demo before a game comes out where they stress test servers. Because you hear about a game's beta and it's just basically like, oh, here, play it for 3 days and make sure servers work. Because you can have a situation with Fallout 76 where they're like, hey, here's the beta. And it's like, the Fallout 76 comes out in a week. No way you're fixing anything.
Yeah, that...
They even confirmed, I remember, that when you downloaded the beta to Fallout 76 before it came out, it was the game.
Yeah.
Like, you could keep the install and wait a week for the game to come out, and you could just open it right back up without downloading anything. Obviously, they had the day one patch, but it was the game. You were downloading the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it's that whole roadmap shit, the game preview shit, it's really kind of just turning out to be a shit show because you end up in the same loop with every game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The roadmaps, they never meet their deadlines. It's like they're trying to cram way too much into a small schedule and not realizing, oh, hey, we've got crews that need, you know, time for this, dedicated time for that, and instead they just want to rush out the fucking meet this requirement and yeah. Go ahead, Colton.
We just need to stop buying games until
Honestly,
they actually release ones that are good.
That'd be the perfect solution, but
Purchase
no one's
indie
gonna stop.
games at work.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Mm-hmm.
We keep bringing it up and we don't take action on it, and that's part of the problem too.
Yep.
But seriously, I mean, Indian.
Indian?
Yeah,
no, finish that thought.
I'm sorry. The beard, I get confused with my words. Me
okay.
go dummy. Now I forgot my train of thought. The indie games rather have their flaunts, right? You know, they've got their cool niche aspects of gaming.
I want them to re-release Dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
It was an Xbox 360 side-scroller hack and slash that was black and white, but blood was red. And you were basically like this like undead dishwasher guy, and you had to go through and like kill all these monsters and stuff. And it was a side-scroller. It was a Xbox 360 arcade game.
That's interesting.
It was when they first started adding like indie games to Xbox 360 arcade.
Fucking A.
All right, okay. Oh man, remember Fat Princess on PS3?
I don't.
I just remember the marketing campaign around that game. That game was just wild.
Huh.
Guess what it was about?
A fat princess?
Skinny Kings.
Oh.
Skinny Kings?
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's Vampire on Steam?
Yeah.
Or not Vampire, Dishwasher?
Yeah.
The expansion one?
Yeah. I have no idea. I'm agreeing. I don't want to be conflicting. Sorry. Have you seen any of the? So obviously the Suicide Squad was pushed off. I forget what the name of that game is, but it's being developed by Rocksteady.
Oh,
it's going to be centered around the Suicide
Bebop
Squad.
and Rocksteady?
Yes. Thank you. It's another live service game, and it looks like the worst parts of them. You know when you play Destiny, and it was the first time that live service games really hit the console, and people were having fun. They were having a blast.
Right.
They liked the setup. They didn't realize what the arbitrary numbers meant, but they knew that the higher the number, the better. It feels like everything since that point has hit a peak in like 2016, 17, and it's all been steadily going downhill from there.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for a few weeks now with live service games just being terrible.
Right.
Obviously, Multiversus last week, there was reported that 99% of its player base has dropped on Steam.
Yeah.
That's a deep decline in people that want to come back and play your game. Like, I think about it, I haven't opened it since August when it was big.
Right.
But I still have it downloaded in case I want to play it.
Yeah.
Doesn't change that fact. God, Vegas sucks. Watching the XFL in Vegas is terrible. Anyways. But it looks like another really bad The Division game.
Right. Right.
And we see how well the Division 2 is. It doesn't even fucking work.
Yeah. That one was interesting too. I mean, it worked for a little bit, and then you were like, okay, it's just another game in my library taking up space.
Brendan and I purchased it for $5 on sale one time, and I think we played it for 1 or 2 days, and we haven't touched it since.
Well, even the Division 2, right? I mean, we played that for like 3 days, and it was like, yeah, that was fun. But
yeah, because it was on sale for like $4.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I ended up getting the first Division, not to play with Oscar, but I think Brandon wanted to play it one time. We played it once, and I think we tapped that. We didn't play it ever again after that because we had already given up on Destiny. Destiny 2 came out the year after the Division, so by the time we got back to the Destiny 2 to retry it, it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And then we played Wildlands.
Wildlands is awesome though.
Yeah.
Or not Wildlands, whatever the one was after
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
They took the worst part of Wildlands and they amplified it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that decision.
Well, and the fact that even by the time that we had beaten the game, they hadn't released raids yet.
Yep. By the time it was released, we've had no interest to go back and play it.
Yeah,
There's
but
been so
I don't
many
care.
more releases, yeah. It's sad, really. I mean, it was a promising game. Wildlands was so fucking fun. We could still go back and play that and have a good time.
Correct.
Right now, but like you said, Cyrus, they took the worst aspect of Wildlands and just put it on a plate, microwaved it, and served it to you for $70.
No, see, that's
Or
why they
60.
called it Breakpoint. See, they took Wildlands and they broke it. That's the point.
Oh man, dude, that's so genius.
Nice.
Colton, we should put you on the board of directors. Get your chair.
Hell yeah.
You know how to make money off of dumb video games.
Dude.
We all need new chairs.
I did watch the Harley Quinn Valentine's Day special that they put up on HBO Max. They added one more episode to season 11.
For sure.
Holy hell, it is. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It basically, the centerpiece of the story is basically Bane, meets a woman. And he's like, oh, yeah, that penis is totally average size. It's normal. And, she's making fun of this dude's really small wiener. So he's like, oh, I got to go get a performance enhancer. And he doesn't realize that, because he takes his drugs that make him all big and stuff like that. Forget what it's called.
Venom.
What?
Venom?
It's got a specific name, but basically he goes and he gets a performance enhancing drug so that he can perform better. And he ends up growing up to be 50 feet tall, and he goes around and starts fucking buildings.
Okay, wait, what? This is
That
fucking...
sounds like Bane.
That it is absolutely something that Bane would do within the realm of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, this is
I
a Harley Quinn
love
show?
Bane from that cartoon.
Did you say what?
This is the Harley Quinn show?
Yeah, Harley Quinn on HBO
The cartoon.
Max. Yep. It's pretty entertaining, I will say.
That's sick.
It really shows the
honestly.
difference of how to do animated shows differently than the source material, because Harley Quinn it's a very different spin on Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn and those characters that they put within the show. If you've watched it, you'll understand.
They're romantically involved.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you compare it to something like Velma, where Velma is just shitting all over the source material. It has nothing that Scooby-Doo gave it. Harley Quinn takes the Batman universe and they write their own story with it.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think those two shows clearly show the difference in using the source material and creating something different, and completely just going, oh, we're just going to say this is Velma.
Right.
And then completely not acknowledge anything that Velma or these other characters that are tied to her are about.
Yeah.
Not even have Scooby in the show.
Change it completely from the source material.
Just have it be terrible. The show's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not entertaining to watch, and that's where I draw the line with it.
it's already canceled, right?
No, season 2 is confirmed.
Oh, God.
They are bringing it back.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
Get ready.
Okay.
Get ready.
Do we have any other shows that are coming out with new seasons?
Big Mouth
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. That's right. We brought these up already.
Oddballs hit Netflix yesterday, season 2.
Oddballs?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
there's a guy on YouTube. His name is Odd One's Out. The Odd One is Out, or something like that.
Okay.
He's got an animated show on Netflix titled Oddballs. It's actually very entertaining.
For sure. All right.
It's one of the things that Netflix didn't cancel. Speaking of things that Netflix canceled, they canceled a bunch of animation projects that they were working on currently. So the first wave of them canceling animation wasn't enough. The second wave of them canceling animation wasn't enough. Canceling BoJack Horseman wasn't enough. The third wave of canceling animation wasn't enough. Yeah, so BoJack Horseman, they said abruptly ended in season 6. They did give it a proper ending, but they said they had plans for more seasons because Netflix was pulling the plug. So at least Netflix had the courtesy to tell them, hey, wrap it up. You're done this season. And then obviously they had another wave of animation that they canceled last year, which included, or earlier this year, that included Inside Job, which I'm still pissed about. Basically, they took the first season, split it into 2 parts, released it as 2 seasons, and then canceled everything else beyond that.
Oh, that's scummy.
Netflix canceled a bunch more projects this week, including the Gorillaz movie. They were making an animated Gorillaz movie.
That would have been cool.
What?
Yeah, they just said, fuck it.
It wasn't a live-action Gorillaz movie?
Nope, it was going to be animated and everything.
Huh.
The Gorillaz are
odd.
animated. They're
What do you mean?
The
Netflix
band.
is just digging their hole deeper than... I mean,
I just don't understand. I don't understand.
those were a lot of bangers. I mean, BoJack Horseman? What the hell?
BoJack Horseman is probably like top 2 show on Netflix, and it's not 2.
Right.
It's so good. This show, it is spectacularly written, and I haven't really met anybody that doesn't like it. There's people that find it hard to watch because it is very depressing.
Right.
At some moments, like it's very hard to watch.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes it so good, is that it's very visceral and it's not holding anything back.
Right. Yeah. No, I really enjoyed watching the show in general. I mean, his relationship with his daughter and how that develops through.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil anything, but...
Don't, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... Their relationship was really well depicted, and how he goes through that struggle is... it's at the end of the day, it's just a cartoon. It was very...
Did you finish the
Very good.
season with Hollyhock?
I don't think I did.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
It's very good. The episode Free Churro, like the episode that a lot of people point towards is Free Churro.
Yeah.
It is just BoJack talking for 22 minutes.
I think I watched that one.
Mm-hmm. The only 2 characters that talk are his father in the beginning before the credits, and then once the opening credits roll, it's just BoJack the rest of the way.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll have to go back through and just start over again.
Yep.
That's what I'll do.
It's very entertaining. The second to last episode is a trip, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of goodbyes to a bunch of characters.
Really?
Yeah. So it, like, you know how they have like last on screen appearances
Yeah.
in the show and stuff like that. The second to last episode is a lot of last appearances from certain characters.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I'm still mad. I couldn't imagine getting 2 more seasons of BoJack. But it's okay. We're getting Big Mouth season 7.
Oh, boy.
Heck yeah. You know.
Really?
Yeah. I think I see criticism about Big Mouth and how everyone's like, it's literally CP. And I'm like, I can vibe with that. But when I started watching it, I was 18 and the show was hilarious. But now that
Right.
I'm 24, I'm watching the show. I'm just like, this isn't for me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like falling out of the demographic of people that would really find this entertaining.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's a show. They've claimed that it's a show about puberty and growing up and how much it sucks. And that's really what it is about.
Yeah.
But I'm 24. It's just not that
Yeah.
funny to me. I'm not relating to the content.
Right.
When I'm 18, it's like, oh, I'm like 3 years removed from all this shit, maybe even 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you wouldn't really want your 16-year-old watching that.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah.
Honestly, when
I
you
think
about it like that.
I think it's an adult show, but it's like the window of being
Yeah.
comfortable watching it is very slim.
Right. It's a very odd perspective or way of putting out entertainment, I guess. But yeah, to each their own.
People watch it.
And yeah, like you just said, it's a good show for that time.
I'm glad Hoops was canceled. I don't know if you ever watched Hoops.
No.
My dad loved Hoops, and I sat in the living room with him one time when he was watching it. It is so bad. I really don't like it, and I don't understand how people can.
A basketball show.
Yeah, it's basically an animated basketball show with this coach, just coaching kids, and the whole shtick is that he's just foul-mouthed.
Okay.
But I don't find it funny at all. Like, it's really not funny. It had like moments where like 1 or 2 moments in an episode where somebody says something, you're like, oh, all right.
Right.
But it should be filled with a little bit more than that. Have you watched Hoops, Colton?
No.
Okay, good. Don't start. It's really bad. It got canceled almost immediately after it premiered.
I have a hard time getting into most TV shows anymore. They're all the same crap anymore.
Adult animation is really nose spiraling. Like, I thought it was bad 10 years ago, but with streaming services, it feels like people are just making more dog shit shows.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking avenue's been broadened very much so, and you can just kind of put out whatever, or more so, everybody, or excuse me, all of the streaming sites want their own. Like, oh, that's that show, you know? I want to go watch that. Yeah,
Yeah, this is our edge humor.
Yeah, it's an interesting trend to be watching unfold, because yeah, like you said, there's not a lot of good ones.
Brandon, did you know there is an animated Better Call Saul show?
I think I've seen stuff of it, but yeah, I don't know.
It's on AMC Plus. It's called Slippin' Jimmy, and so many people are upset with it. So many people are upset with it because it's just has nothing to do besides the characters sharing the likeness. It has nothing to do with the Breaking Bad universe.
Yeah,
it adds nothing
to
the show. I remember I didn't watch the video on YouTube, but some guy, he watched the entirety of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul just so he could judge Slippin' Jimmy accordingly. Because he's like, I've never watched it, but he's like, I can't just watch Slippin' Jimmy and talk about how it's nothing like the source material and how bad it is compared to these shows because I haven't watched these shows. So he's like, so I watched them. And then I watched Slippin' Jimmy and it's not great. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll take it from you. The guy who just sped ran watching everything in the Breaking Bad cinematic universe.
To BBCU.
Yeah.
BBC.
I did discover, because you were talking about new releases, there's an app on Android. I'm pretty sure it's on iOS as well. It's called Just Watch.
Okay.
And what you do is you load it, you pick the streaming services that you were subscribed to, and it curates content based on the streaming services that you have. So you can browse movies on the app, and then when you click on it, it'll tell you which streaming services they're available on. And then you can hide everything that isn't on the streaming services that you have. So it's just like a huge catalog, and it'll tell you where to find them on the stuff that you own. Coolest part is if you watch it on your phone, you click on the title, and it'll show you where you can watch it. Like, say it's HBO Max. You click on the HBO Max button, and it pulls it up on the HBO Max app.
Nice.
So you don't even have to, like, go find it yourself. You can just immediately start watching it.
That's sick.
And it actually tells you what actually releases on these streaming platforms every week. So, like, it'll tell you, hey, here's 17 new titles that Netflix just added today.
Okay.
Because sometimes the lines are blurred of what Netflix adds, because they go, oh, here's what was just added, and it always pushes, like, the most popular content that people want to see. Right. You don't really know what's being added to Netflix.
Exactly. That's a good point, too. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how my dad used to figure it out, but yeah, he had a website. He would go find, oh yeah, they added this, and that on Netflix this week.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like really every couple of Fridays or something.
You can even, it has a tab for like just free streaming services. So you can just tag all the free streaming services and then look through the catalog of everything that's free that you can watch.
For sure.
And then you can download those apps and watch whatever's free. Because it's never been better to watch free television. Yeah, there's so much stuff you can watch, even if it's like, there's some streaming apps where all they have is hot garbage on there. It's free.
Yeah.
You gonna complain about free? Crack will be free.
Yes. Fuck those guys.
People complain about free shit all the time.
Yeah.
That's
why? Because it's free.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's free, but it's not what they wanted, so they're gonna have a problem with it.
Gross.
Excuse me. We've been playing the hell out of Space Engineers recently. That's been kind of fun. If you guys noticed on the YouTube channel last week, we uploaded a quick little time-lapse video of our base building on Earth, and that has now transitioned into space. Where, holy crap, Colton, you have a big ship.
Cobras in space!
Yeah, that's been fun. We got ourselves into space barely. We I built a big grid ship to get us up to space, and my idea was like, yeah, we'll get up to a certain asteroid, and I'll just convert it to a station. And we got about 80% of the way up out of the atmosphere, and then we noticed we were very, very limited on hydrogen, which in this game you need hydrogen to fuel hydrogen thrusters, which essentially work in most gravity, so da-da-da. If you haven't played Space Engineers, it's a pretty complex space-oriented sandbox game, close to or similar to Minecraft. Excuse me, essentially. But you can build spaceships and like stations and stuff like that, rovers. It's a pretty fun game, and we have a server up to do all sorts of crap. But
you can figure out the password, you're welcome to play.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's extreme.
It's okay. We have no. I'm pretty sure none of our viewers play Space Engineers.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty
if anybody
niche game.
does,
And
if anybody does though, the password is the server name with the space removed.
Wow.
And all capitals.
Shout out to our
You guys are
legacy
gonna log
viewers.
on next time and find everything fucking destroyed.
Yeah, probably.
Our legacy
fine.
viewers in 3 years are going to try and find it just to realize that Microsoft imploded in the 2024 presidential debate.
And the Wi-Fi riots.
Wife rights.
Wife.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was a League of Legends reference.
Wives don't need rights.
Oh.
Yeah, they need constant lefts.
Yes.
Wait, constant.
I was being
lefts?
contrary. Does that mean anything?
Wait, I don't know. I was thinking.
That's a bird,
backhand.
right? A contrary?
Contrary.
Yeah, they go squaw.
Yeah.
Squaw.
Yeah.
Squaw!
You put them in mines so that if they stop tweeting, then you know that there's not good air, and then you gone too far.
The puppets
Oh.
are minors.
Did say about a news story that broke this morning that I
No.
thought was just absolutely wild.
Did they fix it?
No.
The plane crash.
No. That was pretty tragic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
There was a plane crash?
There was a care flight here in our area that crashed.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Rest,
That was terrible.
yeah, rest in peace. I think they said all 5 people
Mm-hmm.
passed.
Yeah, that one you never like to see. So
Yeah, it's terrible.
rest in peace to all those people, like you said, Cyrus. And sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no, I did see that this morning. That was kind of shitty because they just had photos.
Yeah,
It was the first thing when I logged into. I think I accidentally clicked on Facebook, and it was the first thing that Karen V put up.
oh yeah.
It's terrible.
No, and it, of course, it's winter storms over this area at the time, and
Yeah, we've been getting hit by winter. I know we've touched on how cold it is, but we're getting a lot of snow this month.
it's been insane how much snow we've gotten. I don't think we've gotten this much moisture since before 2010. I'm pretty much certain on
Lakes
that
are going to
now.
be nice this year, though.
That
Yeah.
and possible flooding in the areas.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
We should go to Donner. Donner's
We should go to Donner, and we should go back up to like a little bit northern too, like Frenchman's,
Yeah,
Davis, something
Definitely.
like that.
steal a boat.
I'm down.
Yep.
Let's
I know.
just steal the whole lake.
I know someone who's done it. We can just have him walk us through it.
Easily. Yep.
Yep.
Who's going to stop us from bringing a hose and just siphoning the lake?
Nobody really.
Like,
If you can
Yeah.
steal a leak. If you can steal a lake, go for it. I want to see you do it.
what they do with dams, right? They're just like, let's take this water and put it somewhere else.
They stole the lake. There wasn't a lake, and then we created one.
Yeah.
Now we stole it.
We stole your.
You stole the
we,
lake?
We made your river grand.
Wait. Where are you gonna put it?
I don't know. Somewhere
Pocket?
where there isn't a lake.
Swimming pool.
Yeah.
A swimming pool. Okay.
There's
I'm
probably
down.
some country that needs fish and water.
Africa?
You gonna fly it
That's
to Africa?
That's
No, you just dump it in the ocean. It'll find its way there eventually.
Wait.
yeah, but
Interesting.
seawater and freshwater doesn't mix, so you would completely wreak havoc on that local little area.
Oh God.
Just destroying ecological systems because we can.
we're just. Oh gosh.
Sounds like the average supervillain day.
Anyways.
So if you drive a boat across the ocean full of fresh water, and that boat subsides, whatever.
Well, if it's just a boat full, it probably wouldn't be too much. It wouldn't be too bad. But
If
like,
it was a lake's worth.
yeah, like how where the glaciers are melting and pouring into the ocean, the faster they melt, the faster that there's that giant gap of fresh water and seawater that's trying to mix but doesn't really do it that well because salt water is more dense.
We're just creating irrigation
And
at
so-
that point, Doug.
Yeah, it's just bad. We're just creating irrigation. We're completely irrigating the fucking planet. Like
Stealing
2 whole
it.
meters.
But we want to make it a heist, so that way it sounds cooler when people read about it in the history books.
A heist?
Heist. Iced. Get
Oh,
iced, bro.
An iced. Okay.
Right?
Anyways.
and rice.
Did you guys ever read newspapers as kids?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I
read
used
the
to play with
funnies.
them with Silly Putty and read the comics.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
did the funnies in the games that were in them.
I was about to say, anybody read the comics? You know, somebody hands you the comics, you go, cool, I'll read them.
Dude, Dilbert.
Poopy.
Wizard of Id.
It's funny that you bring up Dilbert because this morning Dilbert has been pulled from most major newspaper outlets
Hallelujah.
as a comic.
Finally, it's not a...
Why do you think it was?
Because it's not funny. It's terrible.
It's socially inappropriate or something.
No, the creator has his own podcast on YouTube. And he said something this week that
was racist.
Didn't sit right with people. He said, Scott Adams pulled the mask all the way off this week, declaring on his podcast, this is an article from the Daily Beast. I'm reading it. These aren't my words. Declaring on his podcast that white people should get the hell away from black people while labeling African Americans as a hate group.
Alrighty
Dilbert, chill.
Adams, who has written the satirical office comic strip Dilbert for more than 3 decades, said during his Coffee with Scott Adams online video program that current polling proves that there is, quotes, no fixing the current racial tension in America, that whites should live in largely segregated neighborhoods.
Wow.
Are you okay, Scott Adams? Uh-oh.
Leave
We gotta
Get
guess.
mugged.
So basically, he just comes out on his podcast and says, all this crazy outlandish stuff, let's call it what it is, racism. This is a textbook example of racism. Spend too long on Twitter and you start to get a warped idea of what racism is.
Right.
People are getting really comfortable just being openly racist right now.
It's very fucking odd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very odd.
Fucking odd.
Most people that were racist were either in white hoods or they kept it to themselves. Or they went out and, committed a crime, but they're like the extreme. We don't even lump them in those other 2 categories. Because when you go out and you actually, hurt people, that's when you've taken it to a crazy far level.
And I think that has a lot to do with Trump, I mean, I'm not saying he was racist, but he was very fucking provocative and he was a fucking dickhead, and he did the one thing that I think makes you a terrible leader, and that's leading through being a fucking dickhead. I mean, you don't lead by kicking the next guy in the fucking head. You lead through doing what's right through whatever means necessary, and when in a public image especially, you just don't flamboyantly be, I'm gonna be an asshole, and fuck you if you don't like it.
Especially growing up in the last 6 or 7 years, when we've seen a changing tide in politics where you have leaders that are latching onto the worst qualities of their fan bases and accentuating them to the top because they know they're going to get votes from everybody that's lumped in with that. It used to be a silent category of voters where they weren't open about specific things, but then they see somebody that goes, I'm going to fight for your right to put a fucking wall around Mexico.
Right, and he just...
A 7-foot fence that you could probably dig under.
The reason people didn't freak out when Obama did it is because Obama did it in a way that was like, we're just kind of protecting us, there's nothing to worry about. Whereas Trump said, these people are horrible, we need to
they're deplorable, we need to do something about them.
He
and
did it in such a hateful way that it's just like, that's not how you need to represent this country. You're representing 50 states of very different people, and through hate and through provoking violence is a terrible fucking way of doing it.
I don't want to get...
We just need to wall off our entire country on all sides, put a roof over the top of it, and release sleeping gas for all.
I was going to say, I'm surprised Canada hasn't built a wall yet. They have Niagara Falls. They just need to extend it to the rest of the country. They need to steal our lakes.
You know what I mean?
I don't like to get too political on the podcast, but I feel like politics used to be about policy making and who you thought the best person was to whoever just says more shit that you agree with.
Nowadays it's Putin literally waging a war and saying shit like, we need to save Ukraine from gay marriage, but America is standing in the way. He actually said that. Actual quote.
Wait, who said that?
Putin.
Really?
He actually said we need to save Ukraine from gay marriage, and America is standing in the way of that. And that was one of his comments on why they're pulling out of the nuclear treaties.
It's a very stressful world to be living in, and
Man,
I don't know.
dude.
Imagine starting a
hurting
nuclear
your
war
neighbor.
because of gay marriage.
Here's my thought process on that, and then I'll let you finish, David. Sorry. These people that go out and protest gay marriage, and they're like angry about it, and they go out every day and they get their picket signs and they yell at street corners. They go, they can't get married and stuff like that. That means they are constantly thinking about a man sucking another man's dick all the time, all the time, running through their brain. I think they should look in the mirror and wonder if they're gay. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to be like, hey, take a look at yourself. Maybe that's why you're so hateful. Maybe do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I mean, there's...
My DMs are open. We'll talk about it.
Believe what you want to believe, by all means. But never should your beliefs be insinuated by violence.
Do not put others beneath you. I think that's where I stand on it. If you start to put other people beneath you because of what you think, I think that's a problem.
If you've ever watched heterosexual porn, you are mildly homosexual. There, I said it.
You've stared at a man's balls in a porn video and you can't lie about it.
I mean, we all came here.
Hold on, I'm going to click on the gay tab real quick. Nope, not for me. Okay, let's go back. But I don't know. Except for pedophiles, we can put pedophiles in the bottom rung of the ladder, kick them off the fucking
pedophiles
pedophile.
need to be executed.
Yeah, those are the only people that we can look down on, and nobody really says anything. And you will not catch me defending that.
Nope.
Absolutely not. But yeah, let's stop punching down below and putting people under us. We're literally undermining our progress. And I feel like that's what's happening. And that's why we find it hurtful what Trump says when he says we don't like these people. We need to get him back, because he calls them all illegal aliens.
Right.
And what he's doing is he's creating an umbrella term. He doesn't define what an illegal alien is, and he's not defining who they are. So you have certain mobs of people that go, oh, them. And then they create their categories for who they think they're talking about.
Right.
And nothing ever really gets
He never
defined.
really understood his influence.
Trump was really good. He is very good because he's a businessman. He's really good at bullshitting people. He's very good at it. That's how he makes his money. That's how all businessmen make their money. How can they bullshit somebody to buy their dumb fucking product?
Right.
If I believe in it enough, somebody else might sell it to them. So he sold American people on the idea that he was a good leader.
Right.
Whether he was or not, I'm not going to debate, but he was good at convincing people that he was.
Right. Yeah, I'd agree with that point for sure.
Yeah.
That is something I could agree on for sure. And yeah, that's about it for that. So on to the next.
Oh no, you want to hear more
special.
shit that Dilbert said?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is like a whole article that we just totally got waylaid on. So citing a recent Rasmussen survey showing 53% of black people agree with the phrase, quote, "It's okay to be white," which the Anti-Defamation League has deemed a hate slogan, Adams said on Wednesday that this was the first political poll that has ever changed my activities while launching into an overtly racist rant.
Fuck.
Adams said, "I've been identifying as black for a while because I like to be on the winning team," the right-wing culture warrior sarcastically noted. That's what the article says. I'm not labeling anybody. I like to help, and I always thought if you help the black community, that's sort of your biggest lever. You can find the biggest benefit.
Is this guy white?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my god.
He added,
When you allow people to identify as whatever the fuck they want to identify as, this is the line that you're going to start crossing.
identifying as black is kind of weird, though.
No, that's
This guy looks like Dilbert. Like, if you look at Dilbert, that's what he looks like.
I get it, but it's like having people say they want to identify as a woman so they can go into a woman's bathroom is not really any different than somebody saying I identify as black because I feel like I've been
with
oppressed my
Rachel
whole life.
Dolezal, we've already proved you can't cross race lines. That's not a thing. Unless you're like 0.1% Cherokee. Then you get dental cards. Because I met a kid and he had a dental card for the Reno Indian Colony and he was like ginger as fuck. He's like, yeah, I'm 1% Cherokee and they gave me a dental card. I was like, I wish it was that easy.
Fuck.
But he continues and he says he added, but it turns out that nearly half of that team doesn't think I'm okay to be white, which is why I identified as black so I could be on the winning team for a while.
That's insane. That's fucking ludicrous, man.
And then he said he's going to re-identify as white because he doesn't want to be a member of a hate group.
That's fucking...
I'm not going to read the rest of it, but it's a lot of the same shtick over and over again of him saying that. And then he was questioned about it on Twitter, and people were like, dude, what are you talking about?
He's fucking thick.
What are you talking about? And you know, he said, you know, his defense was, I didn't say that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he
recorded himself.
And the guy replied and said, dude, I just watched it live on your YouTube channel. You just said that. There's video of you saying that. And he went, I don't know where you're getting these false, baseless claims from. So now, even in the face of evidence and literally probably saying it not even 24 hours ago, you can just deny it and say, well, I didn't do it. Show me the proof. Oh, that proof? That's not proof. I need proof.
That's faked.
Well, yeah, that's a deepfake AI. You got that from ChatGPT. How do you know that's actually me?
big bleep right here.
I don't know. I think it's crazy. Colton, you've touched on that before. About identifying as a different race.
Well, no, it's just like anytime like the subject of identifying as this, that, or the other thing comes up, it's like anytime you start going down the road of saying, yeah, you can identify as whatever just because you want to identify as whatever, you're going to have people that do this exact same thing.
Yeah.
That is true. I can't agree with that, where some people, you know, this guy comes out and says, I'm black.
Right. You create a very, very...
because
dark loophole.
If you look like
Dilbert, what you're doing is you're saying, okay, there are no limits on what you can be as what you want to be, but you can't be this, that, or the other thing. So we're imposing limits on the thing that we already said that you can't have limits on.
So we can agree that there's just this weird blurred line where we just don't know, and that's why
I say instead of identifying as anything else, just identify as who gives a fuck.
Yeah, I honestly don't care. If you can be whatever you want to be.
Just don't.
Except for a pedophile.
Like, I think it's weird for a 40-year-old man that's dressed as a woman to want to go to the bathroom in a bathroom with women.
Yeah.
I'll just hold my shit until I get home. I don't like using the public bathroom.
I think the real menaces of society are people that use public bathrooms.
People that go and sit on a Walmart toilet. What the fuck?
There's no stopping pedophiles doing that.
Right. And that is a very, very...
There's nothing stopping anybody realistically from doing that.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
But...
Yeah. And it's just the world we live in, and it's fucked up.
Find a way to defend yourself. We're bringing back nunchucks.
Nunchucks?
Yes.
With tasers on the ends?
See, yes. we have ways to defend ourselves, but the problem with that is they're trying to take that away.
It's okay. I still have my nunchucks. We got a thing on the wall. I'm not going to explain what it is, but we've got one.
It's a Raiders prop. Nunchucks illegal there?
Probably. Whips are downtown.
Like on the strip or something like that. We talked about that on one of the podcasts about some weapon being illegal on whips.
Yeah.
It was whips.
Yeah, you can't do whippets anymore. It's crazy.
Whippets have been illegal forever.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy legal cartridges at a vape shop. It's not the same thing. It's for making whipped cream. Duh. That's why it's got the whipped cream all over the packaging.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that makes a bunch of whipped cream, and oh my god, sometimes when he rolls around the bag after he's done making whipped cream, it's like walking through the trenches of World War One. I'm like, dude, stop making whipped cream. We have enough Boston cream pies in the house.
He's just sitting there breathing as deep as he can every time he makes it.
No, every time he makes whipped cream, he's breathing really hard.
Oh my gosh. Whipped cream, ladies and gentlemen.
Whipped cream. We're talking about whipped cream.
All right.
Shit. Okay, let's move on. Fucking Dilbert.
Oh,
fucking Dilbert.
Dude.
What a dickhead.
He did, and it's like, look, he looks like Dilbert.
He's probably wearing a tie that goes up like that.
I'll send a picture to the Discord, but yeah. I just couldn't believe that I woke up this morning and saw this. But yeah, just stop being openly racist. I talked about it a few weeks ago. If you're gonna like say something crazy on Twitter, don't. It's probably better for you.
Yeah.
Than anybody else.
Yourself.
Because then you don't have to argue with people.
It was a good rule of thumb.
You don't got to fight with people. You don't have to get blocked by your nephews on.
That's a sexist remark, David.
Yeah, what the heck, David?
Yeah, well, that's a great
We're
movie.
announcing
Okay.
David's departure from the Cabros. It was really untimely and sad, but we felt like he had to leave.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're taking the house. Sorry.
Yeah, we need someone on board.
The stick is no longer than 3 feet.
Yeah, that was it.
Is this how they decide who gets the ball first?
The ball, that is a puck, sir. This is hockey. It's the
Should have
first,
been the rule of lower wrist.
it's the puck drop. You know how like baseball has
The
the
first
first
pitch?
pitch? Yeah, they do a puck drop.
Oh.
Yeah, go watch the Boondocks. Or
Definitely.
the Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints.
Boondock
Sorry.
Saints, the Boondocks, Boonies, Goonies.
The Boondocks too, not to
Looney Tunes.
say the Boondocks isn't as good because it
Boondocks is fantastic.
The Boondocks is fucking amazing.
Oh, man.
Other than that, we've do we have any new game releases out?
Atomic Heart came out last week.
Kerbal Space Program 2 came out with not so good remarks, right?
Or not SimCity. City Skyline Remastered just came onto Game Pass.
Did it really?
Yeah, for Series XS and PC.
Okay, I'm gonna check out that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
The SimCity game? Yeah, on the PC one though, you have to have the EA Play installed.
Okay,
For,
I have
for
that.
City Skylines.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
City
Sim.
Skylines. I
Yes,
thought you said
yeah, no,
SimCity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I accidentally said that at
More
first, but
bad.
no. City Skylines Remastered just got put onto Game Pass for cloud gaming, XS, and PC.
Atomic Heart is horny as hell.
That's
All
what
I
I've seen.
see on the internet is just people talking about, like I showed you guys the video of that pneumatic cannon or whatever like that looks like it's like stroking.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the twins in the game that are made of metal. There's a new feature on TikTok where if people search something very commonly while watching a TikTok, you open up the comments and it'll give you a suggested search with that topic. There's a thing going on TikTok called recoil.
Uh-oh.
And it's when a girl throws it back so hard it bounces, so they've dubbed it recoil. You guys are getting into the TikTok universe that I've like spoiled myself with. My brain is rotted. Atomic Heart Twins recoil is a trending search on TikTok.
Oh my god.
Wait, I thought they used melee weapons in the game, though.
Holy shit, dude.
The internet was a mistake.
Oh my god. Why?
I don't know. I don't.
Jesus Christ. Atomic Heart's recoil. All right.
I've heard the game.
Alexa,
Oh no!
stop.
Stop listening. Okay, good. I've heard mixed things about Atomic Heart. I heard the writing is terrible.
Really?
Like the voice acting, like Forspoken got a lot of bad press last month when it came out, and I guess Atomic Heart is suffering from the same symptoms. I haven't played the game, so I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing.
Okay.
And they say the gameplay's all right. Like it works. It's definitely fun.
For sure.
But
Well,
I don't know. Has anybody here tried it yet? I remember I was waiting.
Atomic Heart? No.
Atomic Heart. Yeah, I remember I was like dead ass waiting for it, and I haven't even given it a second thought.
It's essentially BioShock from what I've seen.
That's what I've heard comparisons to. Besides the awful dialogue.
Like, you basically even have plasmids.
Would you kindly play Atomic Heart?
Well, I'd be down to play some Atomic Heart for sure. Maybe. Well,
Maybe
I
what?
don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm honestly thinking about picking up Returnal.
Oh, okay. Which
Right.
one's that one again?
It was a PlayStation exclusive. It's kind of like Alien. Like it's a survival horror monster kind of game.
Survival horror monster.
I was gonna say, did she Alien Isolation is leaving Game Pass this next month?
I did not say
Oh
that.
no. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alien Isolation is this fantastic horror game. If nobody
It's
here has
great,
played
yeah.
it,
It just doesn't work on
highly
the
recommend.
Xbox.
Doesn't work for Brandon.
Yeah.
I played on 360 and it performed like piss.
It
it's
had
a
low
very
frame
fun
rate, but it worked. It sounded better than my current version of it.
Do you-
That sucks.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I wish.
Damn it! Sorry, I'm playing Fortnite.
He's playing Fortnite.
No Fortnite.
Fortnite.
No Fortnite.
My problem with Alien Isolation is how terrified I am of playing it. It's so much
It's
fun, but
scary.
it reminds me of Resident Evil 7. The game is so much fun, and I love playing it. but it gives me the heebie-fucking-jeebies every time I boot it up.
When you get to the bottom of the ship and there's just the fucking face crawlers and aliens everywhere. Fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah.
I hate that one mission when it was all specifically just the fucking robots and like all the electric proof robots and shit. Fucking hated that. That was horrifying.
I remember that game came out right alongside Far Cry 4, and I had those two games at the same time. So it was me bouncing between Far Cry 4 and Alien Isolation on my 360.
Until you couldn't bounce between them anymore.
Yeah.
For some reason.
I don't know. Does it have Dilbert comics in this game?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Can you imagine... Oh, man. The South Park writers are on fucking fire lately. They've been writing some fire episodes of TV lately.
I haven't seen any of
I
that.
would love to see them run all over Dilbert. But we can't agree that Dilbert isn't funny.
It's horrible.
Yeah, thank you.
It's completely unfunny.
Family Guy's made fun of it. That's how you know something's bad.
It's like
Family Guy acknowledges its worst humor.
A typical Dilbert strip would be like, "Hey Peggy, how come the printer isn't giving any colored pictures when I try to print?"
Because
Dilbert, because we are out of magenta color. You need to change the cartridge. Thanks, Peggy. And that's the whole cartoon.
Well, now we know why it doesn't print colored.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So here's the synopsis for Returnal.
Okay.
Break the cycle, fight to survive as this award-winning third-person shooter brings Celine's story to PC. Take on roguelike challenges, engage enemies in bullet hell-fueled clashes, and share your journey through Returnal with another player. It's co-op.
Okay.
What are you saying? No,
Who wants to play it with me?
Oh, okay. How much is it?
It's full price, $60. It's a PS5 port to PC, but like all the reviews for it say it's great.
Okay.
Fucking A.
Like the only problem people really have with it is having to install the Epic Game
Gross
launcher.
I've never installed it.
I still have to play The Last of Us on the PC.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I was about to say I have a PS3 disc still if you wanted to borrow it. We only have one of them up there. I took mine home, I forgot.
Fucking A. Yeah, we have a nice little shelf for some of our older consoles now. It's kind of nice.
The Last of Us is terrific. I'm going to start the show soon. I finished, obviously, I watched that last Harley Quinn, and there was another series I forgot that I was watching. I just wrapped that one up, so I want to start The Last of Us.
For sure.
There's a lot of funny memes online of people that are like reacting very poorly to the first season because it's so sad and things are untimely, and it's like, you got wait for season 2.
Really?
Get ready for season 2.
Off of the second
Cyrus,
This
Returnal game, I'm reading the background for it now if you guys want me to read it.
Yeah.
After crash landing on this shape-shifting world, Celine must search through this barren landscape of an ancient civilization for her escape. Isolated and alone, she finds herself fighting tooth and nail for survival. Again and again, she is defeated, forced to restart her journey every time she dies.
Okay.
Through fast, relentless gameplay, you'll discover that just as the planet changes with every cycle, so do the items at your disposal. Every loop offers new combinations, empowering you to push your boundaries and approach combat with a different strategy each time.
Fucking A.
That sounds like that game that you just got done playing. Cyrus?
Oh, from Game Pass? When you,
Shadows of the Dam?
No,
the one you
it was
all the time.
How long ago? Deathloop.
Was it Deathloop?
Deathloop. Yeah, it was Deathloop.
Okay. Yeah, that was the one I played just before Shadows of the Dam.
Yeah, that sounds like Deathloop. With the whole like dying and getting stronger every time you die kind of thing.
That's cool. And you basically progress and you earn and you remember things as you play more and more.
I'm assuming that's how it goes, yeah. Because
Okay.
it says like your loadout changes and what's available to you changes every time, and I'm assuming you progress further through the story.
Okay, I can vibe with that. That sounds cool.
It is definitely a bullet hell. Like there's a shot of I'm assuming what's a boss fight, and it's shooting out like the waves of bullets in like straight lines, and you have to like dodge between them. Like you would with those old the 1940s Strikers games in the arcades.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I might check it out. I'll see if Tyson has it on his PS5 first.
If you get it on PS5, I'll just get it on my PS5 and we can vibe together.
I was about to say, because it'll be free at that point. You're going to spend the money anyway, so I'm putting the pressure on you if he has it.
No, I can wait.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, I was looking at... there's now a storage option for the PS5 where you can put another M2 in it. That's 4 terabytes, and they're made specifically for PS5s.
Wow.
I have a 2 terabyte 980 Pro in my PS5.
$530 for 4 terabytes.
Fuck? That's the only option?
Well, that's a higher storage option.
Right.
But that's more than the PS5, and you have to ask yourself if that's worth the price. I would only say...
No.
I'm going to say no, but then you look at Xbox, for 2 terabytes, they charge $400.
Right.
So at least you're getting better value off of the PS5's internal storage option. But the Xbox sells it as external, so you can add 2 terabytes to the 1 terabyte you already have on PlayStation. Does the PlayStation have an extra M2 slot, or do you just have to replace the internal one they already put in it?
There's an expandable M.2 slot on it that's completely empty when you buy the console. So you have a 1 terabyte internal storage, and then mine has another 2 terabytes on top of it.
I'm glad both consoles have a storage upgrade option for the people that really want it. I just wish they sold a console with more storage on it, because I would 100% buy a 2 terabyte console. I think they sold a 2 terabyte Xbox One when I think it was a Gears 4 bundle. But they actually had 2 terabyte Xbox Ones, and those are the ones that I wanted. But past that bundle, they didn't really sell them in stores. Like the Xbox One X only having 1 terabyte was kind of ass. It's like, you guys are coming out with the more powerful gaming console. Can I get an extra terabyte, please?
Yeah.
So the 980 Pro that I put in my PlayStation is a Gen 4 NVMe SSD. So it supports the direct across graphics stuff that PlayStation and Xbox do. So it supports that for the PlayStation. It's just as fast in memory as what's inside the PlayStation. And it was only $189.
That's pretty good.
That's less than $1 a terabyte.
Yeah, I like that.
Or less than
$100? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty good deal, and it's nice to have that kind of functionality and interchangeability with a console like that.
Like, yeah, the Xbox one's easier to swap out if you have one that's full, but if you're using 3 terabytes of storage at that point, uninstall something.
Right. There's something in there you're not fucking playing anymore.
That's how I feel about my Series X. I have 23 games installed on my internal, and it's completely filled. If I want to play something, one of those games can go.
Right.
I can let go of one game.
Right.
Because I'm not paying $200 for an extra terabyte.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not justifiable.
Ain't gonna happen.
There's not $200 worth of storage in that fucking system.
I did it.
Yeah.
I hate myself for it.
I was gonna say I know I'm gonna be irritated if I do, so I won't. They do have a 512 gigabyte option. That's only, I think, 130.
Yeah, but
that's a waste of money.
It is a waste of money because it's only half a terabyte. If those go on sale for less than 100, maybe I'll buy one just so I can stick something in it so it doesn't get dust in the slot.
I saw a generic one online the other day.
I did too.
Sounds like trouble.
Yeah, I feel like...
Question mark?
But it'd be interesting to buy one to see how long it takes for it to fail.
Or see if it actually does the fast file transfer like series gameplay.
That's the whole point of the Xbox architecture is what they call it, the Velociraptor chip or whatever, something. They always use weird fucking terms to describe their technology.
All it is it's doing the same thing that the NVMe drive in the PS5 is doing, and it's allowing the GPU to talk directly to the storage instead of having to go through the CPU or the memory.
Yeah. And that's why you have to buy their expandable storage, and you can't store games on even an external SSD, because then it's like, oh, this is USB. Sorry, son. Stupid.
Yep.
The fact that I can't plug in an external SSD and have it work is kind of stupid.
Right.
The fact that, whatever. Xbox.
It's because the USB bandwidth file transfer rate isn't fast enough to support the direct to drive encoding. Because what it is the Gen 4 actually has dedicated pathways between, like, on the motherboard between the NVMe drive and the GPU PCIe port. So they're able to talk to each other directly. Whereas, like, on any other computer, it's going from the GPU to the CPU to the RAM back to the NVMe drive. And then it has to do all that back.
That's what makes the Series S so powerful, because even though the Xbox One X is more powerful than the Series S utilizes the same technology that the Series X has, and it can pull those games up faster and it can do more with it. Because a lot of people just don't see the purpose of a Series S, and it's basically just a much, much better Xbox One that can run newer games.
Right.
Kids,
yeah, it just can't
open up your Xbox
4K.
One. Break them. Get your parents to buy you Series S or PS4.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't actually do that.
Don't actually do that.
Go mow some lawns or something and make some money and buy yourself a console and stop making your parents pay for your gaming addiction.
I have no idea if children actually watch it. Like, if there's just one child out there that watches our podcast from start to finish.
Yeah, I hope not.
I hope not. If you're a child listening to our podcast, get your parents in here and you can all listen to it, and you can listen to our Dilbert rant, and I don't know, you can listen to our Would You Rather last week.
If we do have any little kids listening, it's like a lot of what we say is satire.
Kids, if you're listening, send me a Fortnite card. I need your help.
Yeah.
I do need some V-Bucks.
Send me all
Go
your
to
parents'
your
credit card
mother's
numbers.
purse and get your credit cards, okay? And go on to our PayPal.
Do not do this. We do not condone this.
Satire.
Whatever Brandon is saying right now, we do not condone any of it.
$5,000 million trillion to fund our movie, and we will let you watch the movie.
Don't do this.
It's hell of a deal.
Don't absolutely
subscribe to our Patreon and give us your money that way, and then we'll make the movie
with your mom's credit card.
Don't do it with your mother's credit card.
I think
do it with your own money that you've earned yourself.
I legit think our movie budget stands at like $20 right now off of Patreon money. Yeah, we'll make a movie on $20. Watch.
Yep. Dollar store.
Wait, when was the last time any of you asked your parents' permission before you went online?
I don't know, since turning 18.
I've been an adult since 2006.
So 2007?
Was that before or after the towers?
That was after. That was in 2001.
Oh, like the PS2 towers when you turn it on?
Yeah.
And you have like more save data on your
and
memory card?
And a plane went through them?
I didn't have any flight simulator games as a kid.
Really weird.
What are you talking about?
Ace Combat.
Blazing Angels.
Ace Combat was a great game. And this is where we've gone completely off the rails.
Yeah, Oscar, we need you. We need you back next week. We were talking about racist stuff and
give me your chunky ass.
Whipped cream and
your Oreos. He has Oreos
on the mind.
Yeah, always.
I don't blame him. Have you had an Oreo?
No. What is an Oreo?
Oreos are two cookies with sandwich-like structure, and what they do is they put a nice light cream filling in the center.
Oh, cream in the center.
Cream in the center.
Yes, boys, we all like the cream fillings.
I'm just trying to look at my notes, see if I had anything. I didn't come with a lot prepared this week. But Logic.
Oh God! Avalanche
watching
shitting
hockey.
on him.
Avs are up 2-0 on the Flames. Getting flamed. Logic came out with a new album this week. It is terrific.
Logically.
Since he came out with No Pressure, he is on a hot streak. Bobby Tarantino 3 wasn't that great, but his albums since then have been really good. Because he didn't release, but Dr. Destruction released a side project called Planetary Destruction. And it was like a mixtape that he put out for free, but he didn't want to release it under Def Jam, so he put out for free under a pseudonym.
I still need to go listen to that.
Yeah, so like No Pressure, Planetary Destruction, Vinyl Days, and now College Park is his newest album. They're all terrific. I love them so much.
They are good. What was the new one?
College Park.
College Park, yeah. I was listening to that one briefly with you today, and that one's pretty good.
My only criticism, and a lot of people have the same thoughts that I do, is he didn't turn the skits into their own tracks, so they're integrated into a lot of the songs.
Oh, okay.
So you have to skip a lot of songs if you really don't want to listen to the skits.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to put it in a playlist because it's like, okay, and I'm listening to a skit of somebody robbing a convenience store, and I just want to listen to the song. But that's fine. That's whatever.
Right.
And then the Gorillaz put out Cracker Island yesterday.
What'd you call me?
They put out their new album, Cracker Island, yesterday.
New album.
Cracker Island, yeah. It basically touches into the idea of idolizing celebrities and occulting them. That's kind of what the song Cracker Island is about.
Okay.
On Cracker Island they were born. To the collective of the zone.
I'm Thundercat. I play bass guitar. You know, I love Thundercat, dude. He's terrific. If you've never listened to like anything that Thundercat has written, it came out with an album in 2020 called "It Is What It Is," and it's fantastic. That's where the song "Dragon Ball Do-Rag" comes from.
Dragon Ball Do.
All the singles that I listened to from Gorilla's new album were great.
I look at my do-rag. Yeah, it's got Tame Impala and Beck on the track list.
Oh, for sure.
Doesn't have De La Soul on it. No, De La Soul put Damon Albarn on a track, but no, it's fantastic. The Gorillas are still doing fantastic things in the year 2023.
That's beautiful.
And it's only 37 minutes long, so it's a nice short listen. Because I loved Song Machine, but oh God, it just felt like it lasts. It's like 25 songs. It would last forever. Humans.
And Song Machine, the one that was like the big collab album that had Saturn's bars on it, or was that its own album? I hated whatever album Saturn's bars was on.
Humans was hit and miss. Like, it had some really good songs on it, but it had some just dreadful songs that I just did not care for. And I think I didn't like it. I attributed that to them taking such a long break between Plastic Beach and Humans. I mean, I know he was probably actively still putting stuff together, but I think he saw this collaboration idea and went with it, and it didn't really work out. But he figured it out on Song Machine, because I think Song Machine is the exact same premise as Humans, but I think it's more fleshed out. Because every song on Song Machine was a collaboration. And he had everybody on it. Like, I have the album on my phone. He had Beck on one track for Valley of the Pagans. He had Elton John do a song with him. In the Pink Phantom. Did you guys ever listen to it?
Noise?
Rain outside.
Oh. I was like, who has like a cowbell?
Yeah, a woodpecker at this time of night in this area of the woods. Now you got me looking up Song Machine on my phone. Yeah, so Song Machine is 17 tracks, but it's an hour and 5 minutes long. It's got Robert Smith, Beck, Lee John, Schoolboy Q, St. Vincent, Elton John, Peter Hook and Georgia, Octavian, Kano, Fudumata Diawara, Slow Tie, Earth Gang, Joan is Policewoman, Gold Link, Moonchild, JPEG Mafia, Skepta.
Damn.
But basically, they just created all this talent and they put it into an album, and it really works. But I know what Colton's saying. I did not like Humans that much either. And then their next album was the Now Now. I liked that because it was a lot more of just the Gorillas. And then they put Jack Black in a music video.
Did he play the first thing that came to his head?
He played Jack Black.
Best song in the world?
Well,
we're at hour 20 minutes.
Yeah. We can just keep arguing about dumb stuff.
Yeah, so penguins don't poop gold, okay?
Fuck you. You don't know that.
They don't have fucking knees, and they've been they've chose to.
Yes, they do.
No, penguins do have knees. They're inside their bodies.
Then why do they choose to not use them? They just sit there and...
Well, because they gotta wait for their knees to grow.
Wow.
I think we're gonna end it there.
That may have been the line, and we may have just crossed it.
Oscar
folks.
will be back next week, we promise. Sorry if you missed Oscar this week.
He didn't miss you. I'm just kidding. He misses everyone. Apparently, his baby's more...
I have nothing left to say.
All right, well, we have
buddy. I
link
love you.
tree down in the description.
Oscar.
Check out the Friday video. It's a banger. And we'll see you guys next week. Stay tuned for the Beetle Wing.